Hey guys, so I'm just going to put this video up to explain about my cerebral palsy and why I find it so hard to deal with on occasions. And basically, my mum was given Pethidine during labour because I was coming out too fast and they needed to slow it down. So my mum was given that and it caused me to get the cord wrapped around my neck 3 times. And obviously cut my oxygen supply off to the point where my heart stopped. I was fitting, and it was basically the most heartbreaking day for my mum because obviously she was looking forward to her firstborn, and all this happens. So yeah. So after they, ruled off the list that I'm not epileptic, thank God. And everything else, they noticed when I got to about 10 months old that my hand wasn't forming correctly, and I wasn't using it. So obviously in the end they've done all the checks and in and out of hospital, and they've finally diagnosed me with cerebral palsy and hemiplegia and hip discrepancy. I'm paralysed on my right toes, so that's really annoying actually. I just can't move them and it's so frustrating because my hand just tenses up every time I try and move my toes. So yeah, that's basically how mine was caused, and I do apologise if that just went way too fast. But I think the hardest time I find having cerebral palsy is trying to make friends, and my loved ones, because basically, trying to make friends in school when I was in junior school, you're playing about and all the kids are using both their hands and they're on the monkey bars and things like that, and it was very hard for me to watch back then because I couldn't do things like that. I couldn't play on monkey bars. I couldn't do anything because I was still learning on how to use just one hand. And going to secondary school was even harder. That was a tough time for me. I mean, I had to leave in the end of year 9 because I was being bullied so much that I ended up trying to hurt myself, trying to cut my hand off, and just really punishing myself. And getting a boyfriend was hard. It was the most hardest time of my life, going through school and trying to make friends, and you just try to be nice, and they're just so nasty and everything, and it was really hard. So I ended up having to be taken out because I just couldn't go to my lessons. I was having panic attack after a panic attack. I used to cover up my hand. I struggle enough to, obviously get my hand out, and I'm always wearing jumpers, as you can tell, so that I can cover up my hand. It's really hard sometimes to try and join in, games and things like that. I just get too nervous that somebody's going to say something about my hand, There's only certain few people that I'm comfortable enough to, walk around with my hand out. As you can see, I don't really have a choice on what I do with my hand, So yeah, it's there you go. It's quite hard, really, to deal with. I mean, if you look, you know, I've got swan neck fingers. They go the opposite way. So a lot of people do get freaked out by that situation, and I have no control over it. It's very hard. Yeah, a lot of people do run away from me because of it, because they think it's actually disgusting, they think it's horrible looking, and some people are like, oh bless you, you know, you're alright, and they treat me like a complete baby, and I'm like, well actually, I can do this myself, you know, I don't need you, don't patronise me just because I'm disabled. But I feel very sorry for like my loved ones and that, because I kind of blame myself, and I don't even know why. Because I've caused them so much pain due to myself not being properly able-bodied, and I blame myself for that, because I think if I wore my splints when I was supposed to, and I wore my finger splints when I was supposed to, and my legs splint when I was supposed to, I'd be a lot better. But being bullied in school and then having to wear something that that obviously stands out would be an issue in school. So I never used to wear it, and I don't now. I get on with life, and whatever I'm dealt with in years to come, I will deal with that. It's my problem. I don't blame anyone else for it. It's not anyone else's fault that I'm disabled. It's my own fault that I haven't been sensible enough to wear the splints I've been given and everything like that. My mum always used to try and make me wear them. I'm just like, no, mum, just leave me alone. Just leave me alone, back off. So me and my mum always had a lot of rows over it. But it's really hard to still now to come to terms with the fact that there's some things that I can't do. Just walking a certain distance is an effort. I've got a friend that's only around the corner from me, and it really hurts just to walk to her house, really. It's a lot of time and effort trying to cope with cerebral palsy. So, but other than that, I think I try and lead as normal life as I can. I don't. I'm sitting here now doing a video about it, but it's not that I sit here and I just mope about it all day and and everything like that. I have advantages on having a disability, because one of my party tricks is bending my finger back, and just having fun with my hand, really. It's quite weird, but yeah, it's very weird on the fact that I can just do that and just bend it right back and just have fun with it, really. It just it does it does curl around quite a lot around here. It's all dented in, and it is going to go further. It'll be back here soon enough, because I was stupidly enough not to wear my splint, so I gave up. But I thought I'd just put this video out here. I didn't put this video out here for haters, so please can you just bear with me. I'm actually begging you, because I'm very nervous as it is. So who just talks to a camera, really, to be honest? And I'm not doing this for any horrible comments, and hatred towards me. I'm just putting out how I feel and explaining about my cerebral palsy because I feel like I have to. And what I want to do in the near future is actually help people with cerebral palsy, possibly fundraise. You know, I want to do a lot of things for cerebral palsy because I don't feel that there's, you know, enough out there to do with cerebral palsy. And I want more people to understand and know about the meanings of cerebral palsy. So please, just no horrible comments and just be patient with me because it is going to take me a lot of time to, you know, get comfortable with the situation and actually start being myself as such. Because I know that there's a lot of people that's going to be watching this and it's going to just scare me big time. You know, I've already done 2 videos and that was nerve-wracking enough, and I just look at myself and I think, ugh, really? You know, I just think I'm going to get a comment saying, do you know what, girl, just take it out, man, you just give it up, you know? But I don't want that. I want to carry on and slowly progress a lot better and get better at trying to look at the camera, in fact, because I keep looking elsewhere and, you know, doing it on an iPhone is bad enough, so I need to, you know, sort myself out good, and then, yeah. But anyway, thank you for taking the time to watch this video and actually listen to me, and I will speak to you soon. Thank you, bye.